You guys can either roll, I would say a knowledge local, or a knowledge nature would work here.
I'll take that note local.
Hell yeah, nature!
I have
Are we
been
all
doing
rolling this?
a couple of the knowledge skills wrong, so you guys might see some more use out of those skills that don't get used so often. Okay. Pretty good. I'll just let you know, both Mina and Triss, both of you are going to take a little bit of a penalty here due to the fact that you are not actually locals here.
Okay.
Local
Mina,
thing. I
actually,
did
this
nature.
would be... Nature's fine. Triss, you are going to take a little bit of a penalty to not actually being a local, but Mina, this is fine for you. Okay. What we got? Pretty good. Ooh!
God damn, Lady Kiko.
Actually, this would actually be a yokai. So, Kiko has a specific skill for that.
Which one is it? The smell one?
No, it's planes. Kiko can roll planes for this.
Okay, then I'll roll planes.
I would say we can take your original result, actually.
Oh, 19 plus 11?
Yep, so that's 28. Oh no. That's 30.
40.
That's just straight 30.
Okay. So Kiko is definitely going to know. What's the CR of this great chair?
Did it not record my roll? It didn't record my roll. Okay. It didn't record my roll.
Can you do it privately?
No, it's just not there.
Just roll again, dude.
Okay, I'll roll again, I guess.
Right. I will say then 14 is actually pretty low. So Mina would know what this is. Triss would know what this is. Lady Kiko would definitely know what this is. Tensei would know what it is as well. Okay, so we'll go in order of lowest to highest here. Say with the lowest roll from you, Mina, you understand that the creature that was taking from you was indeed a hag, and you know what type of hag it was as well. You would know that it is a type of hag known as an eye-stealing hag. And you would know its name, and you would obviously know that they are pretty much like kleptomaniacs. They are obsessed with stealing. All right. Let's see. Who is the second highest? Or second lowest, rather. Ironically enough, it's Tensei. Alrighty.
What? I'm confused. Because technically, it would... If you're going off, like, passing, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But if you're counting all of them, then...
You're second lowest. Mina got the lowest, due to her penalty.
Ah, the penalty. Gotcha.
So Mina knows the name of the creature, you know the name of the creature, and you can learn of one of its abilities or one of its weaknesses, your choice. Basically, you just get to ask a question about the creature and I answer it.
So I can learn about one of its abilities or one of its weaknesses?
Basically, just ask me a simple question about the creature and I can answer.
Why is it so fast?
It is fast because, let's see. It does, I'll let you know that even for hags, it has a above average dexterity. And it is not necessarily fast, but it can disappear really easily due to its innate invisibility as a spell-like ability that it can cast at will.
Gotcha.
So it can appear and disappear basically whenever it wants to. Which does make it
Quick question. I'm a little
very
confused.
fast.
We're talking about the hag that we killed last session?
Yes. It's important that you guys know what this
Is there-
what, you basically didn't know what
Is there
it was
another
when you
one?
killed it. No. This is just you
Oh.
guys like as you're leaving the forest, this is the information that you're compiling about the hag.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was really confused there for a second.
That's fine. But yes, they have, you know what it's called. It's called an eye stealing or eye borrowing hag.
My eye!
Tensei would know that they are capable of turning invisible and they have a high dexterity. Let's see. Who's the next highest? Triss. You can ask 2 questions about the creature. Actually, that would be... Sweet Jesus! Even at a -4 penalty, that's... Yeah, about 2 questions, actually.
Okay. Why did it ignore Triss? Or is that more of like I have to ask what it is kind of question?
It's more like what it is, but I'd say that's a fair question if you wanted to try to infer its behavior. If you want to get some information out of that, you can. It
Yes.
avoided you because you are also a monstrous humanoid. As in, it thought you were basically a part of the same corruption.
Damn. Okay.
That face. Damn.
Alright.
What the fuck has happened to Waylon's camera?
What you mean?
What you mean?
Oh shit!
Well,
it
you
fixed
better not
itself.
fall
was
asleep like last session, bro.
It like glitched out. Like the screen. You know how like a CRT TV looks when it like fucks up and gets messed up?
Mm-hmm.
That's what his camera looked like for a second for me.
That's all you, buddy. Okay. Torn, you get another question.
Were they using an invisibility that I know, or were they using something else?
Technically, well, I can tell you that one for free. They were using a much weaker version of invisibility, just like normal invisibility. You have access to greater invisibility.
Okay. But they attacked but they didn't appear. So I thought...
No, they appeared literally right after they stole from Tensei.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we killed it.
Yeah.
Because it had to uncloak to steal.
Yes, because stealing counts as an attack.
I'm not sure what else to ask.
Well, specifically, the steal combat maneuver counts as an attack. Pickpocketing doesn't.
I'm not sure what else to ask, if I'm honest.
If you come up with another question later, you can send it to me. It's fine. Alrighty. Okay. And the last for Lady Kiko. She got such a high roll that she can essentially be used as a reference point if you find another one in the future, Tensei. So you can quote unquote save those questions if you want.
Okay.
Or I can just give you a general overview of the creature.
How many questions do I get?
Lady Kiko knows enough to where you could pretty much learn the vast majority of the things about the creature that are important to an adventurer such as yourself.
I guess just give me the overview so we know for the future.
Alrighty, like Mina was able to point out, they are monstrous humanoids. They are on the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to hags. In fact, they're generally not even considered hags. They're a lot closer to a malevolent spirit than they are like an actual hag, pretty much. They only have one eye, and they are afraid of patterns and things with many holes in them.
Okay.
They just have
They are-
tryptophobia.
They got tryptophobia.
They are incredibly greedy. They go from house to house acting like beggars. And once you let them in, they will steal things at random. So they might take all of your silverware, or they'll steal all of your rice. It's never, they
My
don't really have a,
silverware.
yeah, like
My
they'll take all of your
spoons. Where are my
silverware,
spoons?
or they'll take all of your rice, or they'll take like every type of one kind of item in your house.
Where are all of my left shoes?
Exactly.
All of
I
my
like that.
left shoes.
They
I have
derive
all of the right ones, but the left ones are gone.
You lost them
They
in the
don't
war.
even particularly derive any joy out of bloodshed. They only really have like a perverse kind of joy for just being as inconvenient as possible to other creatures and spreading misery that way.
Oh, I can relate to that.
So if you like wake up in the morning and you can find all of your right socks but none of your left socks, that is likely the work of an eye-borrowing hag. But their name isn't for nothing. If you catch them in a particularly foul mood, they have been known to take your eye right out of its socket.
Oh.
Oh. Then how is it called borrowing? That's just taking.
Well,
Give it back.
you might get your eye back later.
We only have one eye to give. I need that shit.
You
I
may
find it
get that
very-
eye back later.
I find it very difficult to just steal someone's eyeball.
There are stories of them taking eyeballs from infants and then replacing them with other collected eyes of their own. And that's how eye-borrowing hags make changelings.
Oh.
Oh.
But in
That's fun.
particular, they have an array of spell-like abilities, from dancing lights to ghost sound. They have a constant pass without trace, so it is impossible to track them via non-magical means. They can appear as a worrisome beggar or a small starving child using their alter self ability. They also have invisibility, so they can just not be seen if they don't wish to. They also can create a sort of smoke screen with pyrotechnics, and can even turn into a tree or a dead tree trunk. They
You're
also
gonna make
have,
me.
they also have the ability to understand everything that is being said around them thanks to their constant tongues, and you won't be able to drown one, seeing as how they also have water breathing. So basically, these are the kinds of creatures that will disguise themselves as a dead floating log on the surface of a water, and then you'll pass over a bridge, they'll jump up on top of it, rob every single valuable item in your inventory, and then turn back into a log, and you'll be none the wiser.
We ain't gotta worry
I
about
don't
trolls
like
under
that.
bridges. We ain't gotta worry about trolls under bridges. We gotta worry about these fuckers.
Yep. But they do have very obvious and very glaring weaknesses. One of those really big weaknesses being the fact that they are... their defenses aren't really that great. Alrighty, that's a general overview of an eye-borrowing hack.
So their defenses aren't that great, and they have tryptophobia and don't like patterns.
Correct.
Good to know. Polka dot my armor, and they will never fuck with me.
You might deter them from hanging out with you. Yes. Hanging out near you, rather. All right. That being said, there leaves a forest. Not necessarily cleansed of corruption, but, well, a yokai presence has been thoroughly reduced in that area, shall we say. So all of you will leave and eventually manage to find your way back to a similar area that your entrance was at. The woods look as foreboding as they did before, but you perhaps rest a bit easier just knowing that there's a few less outsiders and monstrous humanoids in there now.
So Tensei, you mentioned the sake that you made.
Yes, I do quite often make sake.
I'd love to have a drink or two.
We could do that.
The problem
right.
is where.
Well,
That's a good
Tensei, it has
question.
been pretty much a little over a day since you've been back at your temple. You suspect your followers are keeping it in pretty good condition.
I had to wager the most quietest place. It'd be the temple. Although I'm sure the warriors and students that I'm training might ask a few questions if they see you.
I would suggest a better, more secluded area away from any general public.
I mean, I can send them away. They don't stay at the temple exactly. They stay in the town. And it is on top of a mountain, so...
By the way, Triss, it is being assumed
Yes.
that you're covering your eyes somehow.
I would be constantly looking down at the ground.
Motherfucker turned into Gojo.
Sorry.
Can we just get Triss some sunglasses and everything will be good?
Nah, we need the blindfold version. We need the blindfold version of Gojo.
I will let you know with how gaze attacks works, or with how gaze attacks work, rather.
I will let you know with how gaze they attack. It works.
With how gaze attacks work, generally, if a creature averts their gaze but they still look at you, they essentially have like a 50% chance of catching it, even accidentally, which is reflectively going to be the same if you avert your gaze from them. So you would actually have to cover your eyes.
Oh, fuck.
A pair of really opaque sunglasses would probably help as well.
I need sunglasses.
Yo, Gojo. So fucking Gojo.
Where the fuck would I find sunglasses?
You know, if anyone's here is gonna have sunglasses, that would probably be you, Etsuko. Just gonna...
You know what? I can
Just
pull it
gonna
out
hand
from the
Chris a
bag.
pair of aviators. Oh. You could pull it out from your bag.
I'm gonna pull sunglasses out from my book bag and just imagine like the sunglasses. Here, I got some. Oh,
Alrighty.
the super square ones, like garnet.
Oh, like a visor, you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
it's atrocious.
How opaque are they?
Is everybody putting sunglasses on now?
I just happen to have these in my desk.
Very dark.
I can grab my broken pair from
Dark enough to where I
fucking
can
Pennsylvania.
see. Light enough to where I can see, but dark enough to where I can avert people's. Where I can see at least.
Okay. How about this? How about they're not dark enough to blind you,
Ooh,
but
this is
they
awful.
are dark enough to make it to where you need to use your dark vision at all times, pretty much.
Okay, that's fair.
And
Aaron is colorblind
anything,
now.
anything darker than bright light means that you're effectively blinded. So you need to flip them off momentarily.
Okay.
Lauren only sees in shades of gray.
Don't worry, I'm just a blind child.
Alrighty, so a super thick visor or pair of sunglasses goes on Triss's face, making them look even stranger than they did before somehow. Alrighty. That being said, now that everyone is out of the forest, Mina, were you serious about wanting to burn it down?
Oh, yeah, I forgot we talked about this. I feel like there's gonna be consequences if I burn it down.
Let me ask you this: did you actually say out loud that you were going to burn it down?
I mean, I threw the idea around, but I
No,
didn't
I mean-
actually say I was gonna burn it down, in the role play.
Yeah, that's
Mina
what I'm
never
asking.
said it. Mina never said it. I just threw around the idea. But I feel like there's gonna be consequences if I burn it down. But it would also be a good way to quickly get rid of all the creatures that are in there.
Because there is a very interesting roleplay moment that could happen between Tensei and Mina if Tensei actually knew that Mina was thinking about burning this forest down.
Well, Mina, just from your logic isn't necessarily, it's not misplaced, it's not wrong, per se. You would definitely... It wouldn't necessarily cleanse the corruption. You're not really sure how one would do that, seeing as how you're not really trained in religion or matters of, spiritual matters.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is your duty as a wildfire druid to burn overgrown places down.
True.
And the area
what the
in there
hell?
was
Let's do
definitely overgrown. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
Are you
What's happening?
sure?
She's burning down the forest.
And
Okay.
Does Tensei see Mina start to prepare fire for this fucking bullshit?
Well,
I don't know how I would go about this.
I was about to say, Delaney, it's up to you, because this is as close to a holy ritual as Mina gets.
Oh, true. This is the first time I'll actually be doing druid shit. Ugh. Okay. I know. How does one start a forest fire? Purposefully. I know of a lot of ways to do it accidentally.
It's
It's
entirely
the only
up
thing
to
you need.
You could
Okay,
literally
give me a
just
second for this.
grab a tree, and it would start. Just with how you can literally light things on fire by touching them. So.
True. Okay, I think Mina would go up to the edge of the forest and the first couple of trees that are like lined up at the entrance, she'll like take her hand and like set it on like each tree and like go in a line and set like those on fire.
All
And then
right.
just try to like usher it more towards the center of the forest. It's like go,
And
go that way.
Kudu,
Get over there.
Kudu, the other druid in your company,
Oh yeah, I forgot
will
about-
look
forgot about them.
shocked. Their face is essentially aghast. What are you doing?
It's like the clutching of the pearls.
Yes, quite literally like that. And you'll see them sort of reach out a hand, and you recognize the spell they're casting intrinsically as create water, as they attempt to douse your flames. But as the water pours onto the fire, it does nothing because of your Hellfire feature.
Oh, wait. Is there no way to put out the fire?
The fire can be put out. You literally just have to think about it, pretty much, and it goes out.
Oh.
Wildfire.
Fucking continent, bro!
Yeah, fires you create only go out if you wish them to.
Perf.
And
Tensei
you'll
Scared the
see,
shit out of me.
you'll see definitely a bit of a distraught look on their face as water fails to put out the fire.
Tensei just
Don't worry about it, bro. It's supposed to do this.
Got it, bro.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Okay.
It's
Don't worry
supposed
about
to
it,
do this.
Tensei just kind of turns around and watches the fire start to burn. It's an interesting way to do it.
And the embers and the smoke will pick up as a favorable wind blows in your direction, Mina, and the rest of the forest slowly starts to catch.
Forest fire first time! Yay! Forest fire number 1. Or
I don't think we
maybe
should be
2.
celebrating that.
Um,
Forest fires.
Well, because there's a different instance, and I don't know if that technically counts as a forest fire.
And the fire, it's definitely going to turn into a forest fire. And it will spread and grow as the foliage in front of you is completely engulfed. It's becoming so hot that everyone except for Mina has to make me a fortitude save.
Sorry, guys, I set you on fire. My bad.
No, you didn't. They're not being set on fire. But this is essentially just to avoid some non-lethal fire damage. Just comes from the rising heat of the flames.
Oh. Sorry.
Alrighty. Etsuko, you will fail. Dazathal's fine. Kiko's fine. Tensei's fine.
Sorry,
Triss is
Etsuko.
fine. Literally, it's just Etsuko.
Sorry.
Etsuko, you will take 3 points of non-lethal fire damage. So you can almost
doesn't
feel...
bright light hurt you anyway?
It would blind you as well. Yeah. It would momentarily blind you. And you take some non-lethal fire damage as you can feel the glass that's a part of your gas mask begin to heat up. And sort of like the darker clothing that you're wearing is really not meshing well with the flames.
Not all of us can wear black leather. That's good.
But unless the rest of you want to withstand the damage, all of you would sort of reflexively back away as it gets hotter. And Mina is just able to stand there. And Mina, eventually it gets hot enough to where any wounds you had from the last fight melt away.
Does it burn away the smell of the fucking bodies?
Oh, it does,
Sure.
and it replaces it with smoke.
I want to do this.
Yay.
This seems like a fun moment. Tensei's gonna walk up beside Mina.
Okay, you're just gonna stay there?
He's gonna look out at the fire, and so, from what I can understand, is
What's just baking over there? Oh.
yeah. From what I can understand, is you do your cleansing in a way with fire, and while I'm far be it from me to stop you from doing what you feel is right, I will usher onto you a thought of where we are.
Mina's literally just sunbathing over here.
Yeah.
What's happening?
It's important. Mina
Of course.
doesn't know this. It's important.
Fair enough.
You, from what I understand, are not from here, but these lands that you find yourself in now are not like where you came from. They are alive. They feel what's happening in them. The current conflict going on around us, these yokai, oni, kami, all forms of beast, fighting, destroying, laying siege to this land. This world, or this part, is weeping because of it. Know that you are cleansing the corruption that is in this forest, but don't forget that once you get rid of corruption, something has to be done to make sure the rebirth can continue. Be it you fighting for the next day, or you doing something to help someone else. Essentially, he's saying don't just destroy without cause to rebuild it in a way.
Alrighty.
Okay. Mina will just kind of be like, after I burn this place down, it's not really my problem anymore, bro.
Tensei, you will take 10 points of non-lethal fire damage.
That's fine. I'm good.
And you will get
Yapping in the fire.
I'm sorry.
You will get the chance to make a sense motive on Mina.
What?
I'm good at these.
Like new farmland, Raymond.
As that
You're welcome. I got you some new farmland.
As that
Thank you.
brief exchange that the both of you have will not necessarily fall to silence, but it will be overtaken and washed away by the roaring of flames being fed by wind and unquenched by
Okay,
rain.
great. God damn it. My dice are being bad at the moment.
Let's see, what did you get? Alrighty. Mina's not necessarily trying to bluff here. This is more so a sense motive that I'm adjudicating here. You would see that Mina, after staying in the heat for long enough, seems to get taken up and whisked away by a memory.
You mean she got picked up and put? And she was like, "Oh."
Nice and edgy music, of course. Copyright strike.
Is this in her? Is this in her playlist?
Correct. Copyright
Okay,
strike.
I'm like, I know.
But, Mina, for once, memory comes to you. And though you don't necessarily feel any particular way about it, it's a welcome reprieve from your current run of emotions, so to speak, as everything feels like it's getting washed away in the heat. Your pain, your anger, your sadness, if it's there, all of it's gone. Cleansed by the blaze in front of you. As it spreads, consumes more and more, you swear for a moment you can hear horrid screeching coming from deep inside the forest. Screeching that is then abruptly cut off, as you feel an immense gratification. You feel warm, Mina. For the first time in a long time. It's a good kind of warmth. Mina, go ahead and roll a will save.
Oh God!
Oh no.
For fuck's sake, bro.
Don't worry, this is a low DC.
Last time you said something like that, you rolled in that one. Okay, good.
We're good.
And you
Don't jinx
feel
me
an
again, please.
urge to indulge the fire for just a bit longer. You reflexively sort of raise your arms above your, sort of like splay them out to the left and right, I'd say, just to get as much of your skin in contact with that glorious heat as possible. But eventually you snap out of it. Sort of like almost like a drug-induced haze, really. You shake your head and you realize that the forest and the flames that are consuming it should probably be calmed down at this point, else they might overtake the more pure patches of land. And as easily as you started the fire, it simply takes a decision in your mind to have the flames lower and then extinguish.
Can I do a hand motion with that? Can I just have like her hand up and then just lower it slowly?
Mm-hmm. And as you do so, everyone else in the party, you feel almost a chill run up your spine as a rush of cold comes into the area immediately. The forest fire is quenched. All that remains now is ember and ash. Mina, go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh, that's fun.
Alrighty. And the storm plaguing the area, as it has been for almost a couple of days now, will momentarily cease. All the wind stops. Everything around you stops blowing in the wind. What little rain there was ceases. The trees, what's left of them anyway, stop swaying. Smoke rises up instead of being blown around. And Mina, you would almost immediately recognize this as the effects of a spell. You can go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature. See if you can identify this.
Oh boy. Oh my god. Sorry.
Still coming down from that high, so to speak. Yes, you definitely won't be able to identify this spell, though you do recognize that this effect that's currently happening as a result of one. You were looking at a DC 27, by the way.
Okay. Don't think I would have gotten that.
Well, if you'd gotten a 17 or higher, you would have gotten it.
With my luck with rolls, that shit ain't happening, bro.
That being said, the storm will momentarily cease. And you will hear a faint crackling noise as a flash of thunder will brew just up ahead. And everyone except Mina can go ahead and give me a perception check. But Mina, you will recognize this for what it is immediately.
Oh. That doesn't sound good. Oh,
Should Dazethal do it as well?
oh god.
Dazethal doesn't really have any way of speaking
Yeah.
to you, so it's not really going to help.
I figured. I was just asking to make sure.
Etsuko, you will notice. Triss, you will not. Jim, it's close enough for you to notice.
Good lord.
Rather, it's
Dang.
widespread enough for you
Oh
to
my
notice.
god. We've got 1s, 2s, 4s,
No!
and 5s.
Hey.
Tensei, you will notice this as well.
Tensei bringing it in with the first high roll, bro.
So Tensei, Etsuko, or just barely Etsuko, and Mina. Etsuko and Tensei, both of you will hear a language that is completely alien to you. Seemingly originating from the flashes of thunder and lightning just overhead. You will hear intoned in the rumbling of sound in the clouds. Nadine Esinaish Amber Baker.
What about bacon?
You just getting called by the graybeards or something?
And Mina,
That
that will
doesn't sound
directly
ominous
translate
at
to
all.
you in a language you innately understand, that you don't remember learning it. So you hear it being called out to you in Druidic. Do not do that again, little Ember.
Oh. Oopsie.
You can respond in Druidic if you want.
Oopsie, my bad.
Please tell me you don't say that.
Oops, my bad.
You should say, oops, my bad.
I mean, how are you supposed to respond to that? Sorry, fam. Won't happen again. Well, I mean, Mina doesn't fucking believe in any deity, so she's not gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, God, won't happen again, bruv."
Well, this wouldn't necessarily be a deity speaking to you. It would have to be a druid.
Oh. Oh, so I've upset the. Oh, oopsie, I've upset the druids that live around here. I guess I'll just say sorry, but I felt like I needed to clear out the corruption. I'm
And
gonna get fucking
your
slowed.
Your reply, unfortunately, won't be
He's gonna
dignified with
smite
a
her.
response.
Oh.
But the thunder
Ah,
and the
Better
peals
than
of
better than
lightning,
someone's better than her
the
getting
thunder and
smited, I
the
guess.
peals of lightning overhead will subside, as the wind will pick up once more, and a regular storm will return to the area.
I'm glad they didn't see me set off the nuke.
Oh,
Oh,
I didn't say that.
what you've done is make God very
Oh.
unhappy. Oh, they did see you set off the nuke, Raymond. Yeah, no, I need to animate Mina as that side-eye monkey, or draw Mina as a side-eye monkey now. Oops, my bad.
Yes.
All right. Now,
When Mina
if
burns
I'm
down a
not
forest and God
mistaken,
starts talking to her.
someone has baths prepared for the rest of the party.
What?
Has what?
Baths,
I heard
as in a
meth.
warm bath. Not meth.
Oh,
A warm bath prepared for some weary travelers.
Oh, I heard baths, and then my brain processed it and thought he said meth.
Someone has
Raymond's
some meth
meth.
prepared for some
Okay,
weary
who has meth prepared?
Raymond's breaking out
Who
into
has
the
meth
drug
prepared?
trade. Jim's
be
taking his
surprised.
Don't
business
give him ideas.
worldwide.
Hey, all
Don't
I'm
give them
saying is
ideas,
that
bro.
Pesh is a thriving industry back on Galarion. It wouldn't be hard.
America, prepare them some meth.
Am I able to cast disguise self to make Triss not look so much like a monster?
Oh, absolutely.
I would like to do that, but then keep the sunglasses on and just like have their wings turn into like the cloak, but it just looks like they're wearing very warm clothing. Slick back hair.
Curly.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah, no one's stopping you.
Hell yeah, I'll do that.
I mean,
if
Mina
we're gonna...
has a cloak. She can give you if you
You're breaking
one.
up. What?
Delaney's died.
Delaney has died.
I love just seeing stone face expression as Delaney freezes.
That's fine. It's in the recording.
Beautiful. Is it still recording?
Everything. Help me.
Just guts to help me.
Help me.
Dropped at the same time. I lost connection to Discord. I lost connection to the Foundry.
Oh my god.
Give me a
Oh,
second.
ponytail. Have a breath.
I said, Mina has a cloak she can give you if you need one. She has one that she's just wearing that she picked off of the hag that we killed.
I don't think Triss would accept that off of Mina after seeing her burn down the entire forest, and as well as her being stone-faced, and I guess that they would kind of shy away and not be so willing to take
Damn.
anything that you give them.
Which team is starting forest fires? I was helping.
I don't know.
What's wrong,
You moved
officer? I was
up.
helping out. I stopped the corruption. I mean, what? It's my job. What do you want from me? I'm sorry. All right, fine. Don't take the cloak.
Let's
That will make
see.
for an angsty drawing.
And that is a fair
Is that
assessment.
Mina
Etsuko.
mewing? Is Mina mewing at me right now? Oh, that
No,
looks
but
so
she
good.
has flames in her eyes.
And Etsuko, that is a fair assessment, as you
Why
are
is there a
quite
gif of
literally,
Crowley?
because that's what we basically said Triss is disguising themselves as.
Triss looks like Triss just turns into fucking Crowley.
Wait, what?
Look at the chat.
Can I? Okay. I didn't want to switch. That's why. Yes! Fucking mint! Hell yeah.
Alrighty. But let's get back to things, back in the swing of things. Etsuko, you are quite literally able to sense restless spirits. I would say, well,
that kills some people. Oopsie.
you literally have. See if I can find it. It's in your features. Yeah, you have detect undead just as an ability. If it's in here, or did it get traded out? Let me check actually. Oh, that's probably it. There you go. Smarter than me. Yep, to my knowledge, you can cast it as many times as you want per day, I think.
Hey, Waylon, check on the recording real quick.
I need to check about the recording.
Just, I don't know. Make sure it's fucking recording. After last time, it recorded just an hour and then stopped.
There is still a big red circle.
Was there a big red circle last time?
No, because I was using a different software.
Well, if this is a new software, I would double check some shit, bro. Make sure everything works.
I mean, I could stop the recording and then go check the VOD it uploads to my files.
God, what are you streaming on Twitch?
I'm recording it through OBS.
No, I'm talking to him.
Well,
Oh.
Good. Let's go. Let's go get some bats. We all stink.
I
But
don't know what you're talking about.
you can cast it an unlimited number of times per day as a spell-like ability. Alright. Yeah, so pretty much if you wanted to, you can just always have it on. Yeah, but it is concentration, so you'd have to drop it if you want to cast something else. Not that that really means much to you, seeing as how you can just cast it again.
Does that rule function differently than 5e? Because normally, like going off 5e, you only have to drop concentration if you're trying to focus on another concentration.
No, concentration in this is a bit wonky. Concentration means that you need to maintain the effect as a standard action.
Gotcha.
So you just need to spend a standard action every turn to keep the effect up.
Gotcha.
And your concentration can be broken by people smacking you in the face. Anyway, Etsuko's eyes would sort of glow under the shaded bit of his mask. And as you stand there and observe what remains of the forest, the bones of it really, Etsuko, you are quite impressed. That fire did seem to demolish what you would assume to be most of the corruption in the area, as you see sort of a fine glowing layer that the forest had earlier is now all but demolished. Save you can see just underneath the ash and soot the smallest hue, the smallest glow. Which makes you think that though the forest fire did help, it may take something a bit stronger than a mundane fire to purge the area of its corrupted influence.
Damn.
Perhaps
well, I
a
tried.
particularly dedicated spiritualist or a priest,
A form. Oh.
cleric even, might be able to
Farm.
fix it. But you can tell just by looking at it, with a fair guess as a spiritualist, that the blaze that Mina inflicted upon the area is definitely enough to slow it down. And besides, it's not like anything can hide in the forest anymore if there is no forest.
Exactly. I helped.
They're in the. They're in the. Wait, there are no goddamn trees. How could they be in the trees?
There are no trees. I killed them all.
Alrighty.
I
That
ate
being
them.
said,
Nom.
where does the party go from here?
I mean, yeah, the only thing Mina can think of is Jim's farm, considering that's where she ended up at the start of all this.
Chris
I love how
would
she
not
also
want to
still
go
has
to
no
Jim's
idea where her
farm.
other companions are.
Chris would probably suggest going to that little mountain that Tensei mentioned last time. Tensei's temple. What?
I mean, we could go there. Yes.
Mina doesn't want to go to a fucking temple, bro.
Chris doesn't want to go to Jim's place. Oh no! We might have
Well,
to split.
you can either split the party or you can solve this like true adventurers. Rock, paper, scissors.
No, I suck at rock, paper, scissors.
How do we determine that via dice roll?
Or I guess stone, parchment, shears.
Stone, parchment, shears.
I mean, yeah,
Dirt,
we are
parchment,
like
shears.
evenly divided because Etsuko and Mina want to go to
Okay.
Jim's farm, and Tensei and Triss want to go to Tensei's temple.
What about a coin flip?
Ah, I hate betting on coin flip.
Well, if
Okay,
the
no
party,
50-50.
if the party is evenly split, we can describe it two different ways.
How so?
Well, it's literally just we describe one scene and then we describe the next scene.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we would split the party instead.
It's not that far a distance from each other, but
Kudu, by the way, will take their leave from the party. After having assisted in
Oh, peace
cleansing the
out,
forest
motherfucker.
of its corruption, they will give a respectful nod to everyone in the group and make a long trek back to their own stretch of home territory.
Most people do. I feel like most NPCs in this do regret meeting us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm great.
If you have to say it, is it really true?
I mean, I don't go around just beating the shit out of people.
I don't beat the shit out of people. I go around lighting forests on fire. There's a difference.
Ball fight. Ended with 3 casualties.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that bitch started it, not me. So fuck you.
You
I
started
almost lost
this
my eye
war,
from that shit.
plunged Skyrim into chaos.
I guess.
That was not my fault.
Okay.
How much
No.
longer will my wings last for, Joseph?
Oh, your wings. They will last for. Probably important to demonstrate this. They are 1 minute per level, so not much longer.
Damn, I wanted to use them to get home.
Oh, you can. For a point of mythic power, you can.
No, I'm not gonna spend a mythic point just to get wings again.
What the hell? You've already spent 3.
No.
Actually, Did you use 2 or 3 mythic points on your divine roar?
I used 2 on the divine roar because I used maximize spell just to do the flat. What was it, like 30 something? It was 46, I think.
All right.
Did you draw that on a fucking Etch-a-Sketch? No, it's one of those magnetic tablets with the fucking shapes.
Who?
Yeah, from
Raymond.
Jim Session. Jim
Oh.
Session 0. June 10th.
That is your sketch, isn't it?
That's a fucking Etch-a-Sketch.
Is it?
Yes.
Well,
Etch-a-Sketch.
it uses the technology of an Etch-a-Sketch. It's just a board, and it's like magnetic, and you have like a pen. But that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Farm is nowhere near his home.
So
Alrighty.
we're splitting up?
I
We
guess
are.
so.
Jim. My boy
Yeah.
Jim. Mr.
Yes?
Pickens. Would you say that you have a bathhouse or simply just an area in your normal estate where baths are taken?
What?
Do you have a bathhouse or do you have an area within your estate where baths are taken?
I would assume there would be a
You are rich enough for a bathhouse.
Yeah, I was about to say I would imagine there would be a dedicated bathhouse.
Alrighty. So we will stick with Etsuko and Mina. How are you two getting back to Jim's estate exactly?
Well, considering we got here on a motorcycle that no longer exists, I guess we walk.
Well, unfortunately, your robe of Rendemuna Detorame has exhausted its once per day use. So you are unfortunately dealing with the swine in the swell, so to speak, in that you are just walking. But it does give the both of you a convenient opportunity to walk past the massacred town that was not
dead
too far
people.
away from the location in which you fought the massive creature.
The place where we blew up the motorcycle. Yeah, I remember.
Just outside of that, yes. And it seems that Kuru was not lying. There aren't any survivors as far as you can see. Perhaps there's nobody left living. Or maybe it was those who did survive just didn't want to stay. The latter seems to be the most logical conclusion, as you see very few bodies just lying out. Most of them are hastily buried and improvised plots right outside of the village. But whether it be the case that there are survivors or not, a heavy silence hangs over the area. Etsuko, by virtue of your detect undead, standing there and staring at it for any length of time, you can already tell that there's going to be a haunt there at some point. It's inevitable. Now, whether or not you want to put in the effort to consecrate the area or potentially try to appease the restless spirits there is up to you. Well, you'd need time, precious materials, salt, probably a cleric or priest of some kind with you. You could do it on your own. It would just take a pretty significant investment. And you're not really too certain that you care too much. You didn't really know any of those people terribly well, and, well, there's no incentive to you actually preventing a haunt from showing up in the first place. And even if one were to attack you, all it would take is one swing from your rifle to discorporate it.
That would have been useful at the haunted place.
Mina, you would notice that Etsuko does kind of stare at the area with his glowing eyes for a little bit. But whether or not he sees anything significant, he keeps to himself.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Eventually, the both of you will make it back to the town that is Jim's estate, that he's the acting lord over, essentially. And you would almost immediately be greeted by a familiar face on horseback. Well, familiar to you, Etsuko, not quite to you, Mina. Hold on. Just in case we've forgotten what she looks like.
Hey Joe, question real quick. How does Quicken Dimension Door work?
Quicken Dimension Door with Blink Dog, it only takes the Blink Dog.
What does it do?
It's Dimension Door. Just lets you go pretty much in a straight line, as long as there's a viable space.
Will we use it to get back to the temple?
Kiko can use it. You cannot. Yes, it is unfortunately. Blink Dogs can't really take anyone with them. They can only take themselves.
Shit.
Why is it both written as Blink and then Quicken Dimension Door?
Well, it's Quicken Dimension Door because she can do it as a swift action.
Gotcha.
So she can do that and then take a whole turn if she wanted to.
That's pretty close, actually.
Oh, she also just has Blink on. So Blink is different from Dimension Door.
Yeah.
So pretty much she's able to blip in and out of the material plane at will. And she can teleport. So she's actually quite good at fighting ghosts.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Continuing on though, Etsuko, you'd see the familiar face of Yuri on horseback. She makes her way over to you and then pulls her horse around to a stop. Are you compatriots of Lord Pickens?
Yeah.
Well, you will be pleased to know that his lordship has prepared a space for you to clean up before entering his presence again. The local bathhouse has been cleaned up, cleared out, and prepared for your personal use.
I feel like he's just saying that we stink. Even though he was the same place we were.
He also said to notify him as to when all of you would arrive and take your baths, so I would imagine he is anticipating your arrival. I can show you to where the bathhouse is if you wish to clean yourself up that way.
Sure. Why the hell not?
Right, follow me. And then she'll simply turn her horse and start making her way in that direction. And Mina, go ahead and roll a sense motive really quick. Or perception, either will work.
I'm better at perception.
Let's go, you can roll this as well now that I think about it.
I was so close to a 20 there. I'm gonna start
Yes, either
tweaking.
one.
Oh,
You are like having a
Roll
streak of
such
bad luck with
ass.
dice tonight.
Well, your 3 is still better than her 10. Both of you will notice momentarily a flash of what seems to be fur in the saddle area of where she's sitting. Which leads you to believe that she might actually have a tail.
Oh, I thought you were telling us she just has a really hairy ass.
No! It seems as if she has a tail and is attempting to disguise it. Mina, you can roll a knowledge nature on this. Because it is the only applicable skill here. Mina, you've heard tales of fae that look almost exactly like ordinary human women, but have two particular features, being both a hollow back and an animal tail of some kind, usually that of either a cow or a fox. And you know that they are resistant to heat and cold and are as strong as 3 grown men, and have even been said to be able to stick their hand into a furnace, pull out metal, and shape it to their whim.
And she's working for Jim Pickens?
It seems so. Which is most odd because you know Fae tend to be of the more free-spirited type. To find one that is willing to subjugate itself to a ordinary human man, no less, is odd.
Just go ahead and asking people about their tail.
And
you can't be like,
Mina,
why does your ass look
after
like that?
and Mina,
Why
after
does it ask
Etsuko
like that?
asks that, Mina, after Etsuko asks that question,
Get us killed, bro.
you feel a sinking sensation in your stomach
God damn it, Etsuko.
as you
I should
realize
have gone to the temple.
as you realize a very important fact about Huldras. That being that they can fly into a murderous rage if one mentions the hole on their back or the tail between their legs. If you don't believe me, you can look up Huldra. That's actually how they are in folklore.
What the
No.
fuck?
God damn it.
I think I
And
have that in my book.
Yuri will simply stop,
Bad.
and you can almost hear her neck turn Almost sounds like a rusty iron gate, just sort of slowly turning towards you, Etsuko.
Mina will just take a step away from us.
Not only does my book have Holdra, but I open the fucking app and the book is already on Holdra.
You know what, Etsuko? Go ahead and roll diplomacy for this puppy dog guy. Yeah.
I knew he was gonna say that. Oh. Oh, you were so close to a 20.
And all Yuri sees is this unwashed, heavily clothed, subterranean creature staring up at her. And her attitude towards you will lower by 1 step. As she seems to contain her anger, as you both are Lord Pickens' esteemed guest, she will simply make her way over in the direction she was traveling before.
Mina turns to Etsuko and just, you're a fucking idiot. You almost got us killed because you couldn't not ask a question about what someone looks like. You can't just ask people about their fucking tail. It's
Why? There's no laws about the tail, Batman.
Mina will not dignify you with an answer and will just turn away and follow Yuri. She'll like swish her tail as she goes in anger, in agitation.
Suffocation. Very bouwamp.
Bro's been successfully subdued. He's been fucking chastised.
Whoa, what? He's been what?
What's the word? When you fuss at someone.
Chastised? I thought you said something else entirely, buddy. Jesus.
I was trying to say that.
Alrighty. And I will play the music and activate the map.
What's the music and map for?
What do you
Our
think?
bath?
Oh, the bath map.
Do we get a soundtrack for bathing? Hell yeah.
Not just any soundtrack. I literally prepared this out ahead of time because I was like, yeah. Yeah, this'll do.
Yeah, this sounds like bath taking songs.
Ooh.
What? For a bath?
That fits.
Ooh.
That fits.
Yes.
I'm afraid of this bathhouse.
Me, I do not own any token with vision.
Here we go. Forget. With the puppy dog eyes.
Boom up. Already let me know if you guys can see and what you can see. Alright, that's good.
Me!
Feel free to
Nice. May I see?
yeah, we can have a gym in there. We can have a gym in here. Jim's not actually in here.
Am I supposed to be seeing something?
Can I see?
I can see.
Oh. Jim can't actually see.
There's darkness. It's nothing but darkness.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see. There you go.
Scene token vision enabled, but no sighted player tokens are present.
What?
You
I
blind!
can't see anything. It's a black screen. Maybe I need to reload. Give me a second.
Probably.
Even though it just broke because it had to load.
I can see everything perfectly fine.
My Wi-Fi is shitting itself right now. Updating Fortnite, streaming music on Discord, on a Discord call,
shouldn't
trying
be
to get
able to?
Foundry to work.
No, you don't need to be seeing any of this.
Yeah. Tensei and Triss went somewhere else. They don't get to see our fun baths.
But I'm the note taker. I need to see.
And I'm recording it,
Oh.
so
Fine.
Exactly.
Ha! It's gotcha.
So, are you able to see Mina?
Yeah, I'm good now. I just need to
Alright.
reload.
You guys can move wherever you wish. Nope. Jim, what's in the handwritten letter on the table to any esteemed guests of your bathhouse?
That's written in Japanese. I don't think
Yes.
Mina can read that.
You can't, but Etsuko can. Etsuko is learned.
Etsuko is learned!
Etsuko isn't illiterate like you are.
It's learned?
Yes. That's an adjective. Learned.
No, it fucking is not.
Yeah, it is.
I don't believe you. I choose to call bullshit.
Literally fucking look it up, Delaney. Look up the word learned. Or learned.
Nah, fam. I'm good.
Having profound, often systematic knowledge. Erudite.
All I hear is yapping.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Let me just hold on. I always have to prove that I'm right. It's a pathological need. There you go, bruv. Ripped straight off Merriam-Webster.
Nah, I ain't reading
Not
all
my
that.
fault. You're just fucking illiterate.
I ain't reading all that.
Pro reads so much fan fiction, yet is somehow illiterate. It's alright. You're forgiven. But alright. Ignore Jim. He's not actually there. But both of you can explore to your heart's content.
Is anything labeled?
Great. Well, really, that's up to you, Jim. You would have had a great say in how this place is set up. So besides the visuals that you're seeing here, you can really decide the layout if you want to.
Alright,
It's too late. I just went in the room.
well, so to the left would be the women's, to the right would be the men's changing and bathing rooms. Since this is a bathhouse, you will have to force wipe those circle thingies force before you're allowed into either the mixed or co-ed bathing or the private baths in the bath.
For me again. I was confused and I looked over at Trevor's webcam and I could see my confusion mirrored in his eyes. I was looking over at you to make sure I wasn't the only one confused. I could just see the confusion I felt mirrored in your eyes, and I was like, okay, good. Can you run that by us again, Raymond? we didn't understand.
Well, that's
well-
actually perfectly fine. Mina definitely wouldn't understand how one of these works. So,
Fair enough. Just let me go. Let me just
I
go.
think there
I
would be
She
instructions.
wouldn't understand.
you think it would
You
be
think-
probably structured somewhat intuitively?
Do you think
yeah,
Mina
I think
listens to instructions? Nah, she's the
I-
type of bitch to ignore the instruction manual while building something.
I think Jim would specifically write out instructions in Mina's language, common.
You think Mina's gonna listen to
European
anything you write? You think Mina is
No.
gonna listen to anything Jim says?
So Mina, you'll see like, you'll just peer like
No.
past the front table, and you see instructions specifically written out for you, and what you can tell is probably Jim's handwriting. Scoff, ignore them. It's like open the doors to this area, and you'll see posted on this door as well are a similar looking set of
God damn it.
instructions copied and pasted.
It's
He
gonna
knows me
be
too
like
well.
5 or 6 copies of that all. There's gonna be copies of that all over the place.
Damn
I
it.
know you're gonna ignore them.
He knows me too well. I'm gonna ignore those two.
I know.
Okay. What's in here? This is the hallway.
Which area?
Ooh, hello.
This one? So this is gonna be to the private baths.
Now I have no clue what this place is.
This place is
Oh,
the
thanks, man.
this place is for men and women, so co-ed. So mixed baths.
The bath has plants in it. There's a tree and
I'll just
rocks
guide
in
you
there.
through, Jim.
Oh, well that's the
Give me in the water.
place where you clean yourself up before you enter the baths because you can't get the bath dirty.
Oh, no, there's
no.
more.
I'm so confused.
That does raise a great question. Like, how does Etsuko take a bath? The gas mask stays on.
The gas mask stays on during sex.
So it's literally just Etsuko just walking out, like, gas mask and all, but just with a fucking with a towel on.
Butt ass nude. The gas mask is still on. Crazy.
Palest motherfucker alive. Light is literally like beaming off of his shoulders, like reflecting. Yes. And Mina, are you in sort of like the natural-esque area?
Yeah, I think so.
You would hear a door to your right slide open. But instead of seeing Etsuko, you'd see someone else.
Oh, what the fuck?
This
Oh.
door closes. This strange-looking woman, from what you can tell,
Hello.
will sit on the far end and seemingly be content to sit amongst the foliage and rest. And Etsuko, similarly pale, you'd see another individual phase through a wall and look prepared to take a bath. Are you surprised to see me? Even spirits of the damned want to take a bath every now and then. No. But I can still feel its warmth. Well, for one, it means that I don't actually have to dry off. It
Quick
is.
concern.
You should try dying sometime. It's quite freeing. He says that. You note that he says that with a surprising amount of humor. It's probably the first time Ina's ever tried to make a joke.
Quick question / concern. How does Mina successfully take a bath considering once water touches her skin it, evaporates?
You don't. You literally dip your feet into the water and it boils away.
Oh, I thought of this.
You would probably kill someone if you bathed with them. Like the water would start boiling, like a volcanic spring.
What am I supposed to do? I cannot.
Oh, you can bathe. You can bathe.
He's a cat.
You can't bathe with anyone else without murdering them.
Oh.
Instead of a bath,
So I
you just
can't.
use
Wedding
I can get in the
instruction.
water. I can get in the water. I just can't with this other person in here with me. Okay.
Yeah, because it would boil them, literally.
Aw. Well.
Only you read the instruction.
It also does mean, though, Mina, that every bath you step into becomes a jacuzzi.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Bro is blessed with permanent jacuzzi.
Insta jacuzzi. Let's go. Alright, I guess I have to wait for this person to leave to take a bath then. Unless I go back and read Jim's instructions.
Well, this person's not really saying anything. It seems that she's just sitting down and resting.
Is she in the water?
No.
Alright, then I guess Mina will hop in.
Oh, sorry, Jim, you misinterpreted. This isn't the bathing area.
What? What am
I'll
I?
drag you guys out to it. Yep. This is the bathing area.
Oh, holy fuck. How'd you get there?
I just kind of dragged you through some walls. Yes.
Whoa.
That's because I did not mean for you guys to see this part until you were ready.
Holy fuck.
Of course. Keep in mind that the pink trees here act as a natural barrier. I would be a little less ambitious and would simply chill out over here.
I don't know, I guess Mina would try to find one that's a bit more secluded, so shouldn't have anyone hop in with her. And, get boiled alive.
And Mina, the mysterious woman from earlier, will sit in her own respective pool.
Nicey?
Sure, you own the place after all.
This was
Oh.
pretty. Oh!
Oh,
Just keep going.
it does.
Yeah.
Jim's got one nice ass bath, let me tell you that. Money, money, money. Must be funny.
Must be funny. In a rich man's world. Are you just shouting this across the pools because you guys are in like different pools?
No, they're close enough to where they can have a conversation.
Do they like try to hide this conversation, or can Mina like just hear what she thinks it's Etsuko just talking to himself?
And Mina, you'll hear Etsuko speak, and strangely enough, you'll be almost startled by hearing a response.
Oh?
In a cool
Wait.
tone, you just hear, "It wasn't always like this, though it seems that your ascent to greater power has afforded us, albeit limited, more freedoms. We are still tethered to you, mind, but it does seem that there is more flexibility in how we are allowed to move."
Okay, I think.
Sorry, what was that? I have not seen Hypnos, so I am unsure. But it would not necessarily be an incorrect assumption. And I will go right back to relaxing. Mina, as soon as you step into that pool of still water, it will immediately start to boil around you.
Oopsie.
Though the heat for you is pleasant and does trigger your hellfire bones, because it becomes hot water.
Oh, I can just take a bath and heal too? Great.
Mm-hmm.
Mina's hot tub.
Any pain from the day is washed away, quite literally, as the boiling water soothes your cuts and bruises.
Wasn't I healed from the forest fire too? So I just healed twice.
You were. This is extra healing. This is like any aches and pains just wash away. And while you're boiling away, it's almost easy to forget that you have a ticking time bomb.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Can I bring my health back up if I've been healed twice?
Yeah, you can heal back to max.
Great, thanks.
Taking all the time in the world for this.
Yeah, oops, I forgot about that, you know, the impending death thing. You know, the, could explode, kill everyone in the vicinity, and myself. Forgot about that. Forgot about that one.
Would you like to explode?
Very forgettable. Oops.
Alright. And the afternoon will wind down into evening. And we will cut to a different place altogether.
Remember when you go whaling and not fall asleep?
That motherfucker.
Waylon, wake up!
Awake. Oh, my liver! Oh god, I laughed too hard, my liver! Dog, it's almost 10 o'clock. How are you falling asleep already?
You're muted, Waylon.
I'm not asleep. I've been awake. I woke up at 4.
Dog, you were asleep.
My
You were
brother in
fucking
Christ,
dead
you were
back
conked
there.
out.
I've been conscious throughout all of this, and from what I've heard, but
I've been conscious throughout all of this.
He says while yawning and stretching out the sleep.
He's been conscious, guys. Leave him alone. Range. I thought I had. Gets in here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. There we are. Make sure to actually.
I love how Jim's just like sitting in a tree, observing.
Speaking of Jim, you've definitely been notified at this point that the others have arrived. Would you seek them out at the bathhouse, or would you let them come to you?
Uh, I suppose I'll let them come to me.
Fair enough. And I imagine this gives. I'll make it into a splat at some point. But I imagine this is roughly what Tensei's temple amounts to at the top of the mountain. I love this guy's work.
Oh
Alrighty.
wow.
But we can cut the relaxing music off.
Waylon, you look like you're
Instead.
about to fucking pass out, bro. Are you sure you got enough sleep?
4 p.m. or 4 a.m., man?
AM.
Mm.
I thought you meant you got up at 4 p.m. Yikes.
Yikes, indeed. Alrighty. Well, Waylon, are you still good to continue, or are you
I'm good.
slowly? If you're sure, buddy. Yeah, I woke up at like, I want to say like 7 a.m. So I'm not really that far off from Waylon. I'm starting. I'm feeling it, Mr. Gray.
I'm mainly just zoning out where I'm not important.
Fair enough. You're always important, Waylon. You'll be especially important here in a second. Some good idle music for this. Actually, you know what, Waylon? To keep you attentive, you can play whatever music you think would be appropriate to play at your temple.
Okay,
Seeing
this
as how
will be fun.
seeing as how it's your place, I figure you might want to customize it. In any case, we cut to Tensei. You would have had your servants return back to either their quarters or their homes before inviting Triss in, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. So, that leaves the two of you hiking your way up a mountain, essentially. Perhaps Tensei going ahead or sending Lady Kiko ahead to deliver the order, so to speak, to keep the place clean and vacate it before the both of you arrive.
Yeah.
So that leaves as afternoon is slowly drawing into evening. Both of you having taken your time to get up to the top of the mountain. You would have had plenty to discuss on your way up there. What would you have been talking about?
Good question.
You say you wanted to know my story. You only have a few questions to ask. But there's not much I can tell you.
Now. Storytelling is not meant for idle walking. That's meant for drinking.
Hold
Okay,
up,
we
I
could
need-
talk about your temple.
Hold up, I need more liquor first.
We could talk about your temple. I mean, Triss has never seen anything like it before.
What would you like to know about my temple?
What actually goes on here? I have no recollection of who you are, let alone what you stand for.
I suppose that's fair. You know my name. I'm Tensei. What I stand for, I suppose, I stand for those that can't stand for themselves. My master, as he raised me in this temple, taught me the value of being able to protect those that couldn't protect themselves, as well as how to make his most acclaimed possession his alcohol. But there was plenty of time where not only did he teach me his lessons and what he knew about being a samurai through books or not, or just avid pieces of knowledge, but he quite frequently beat the lessons into me as well, as we were no strangers to being drunk and fighting.
Drunk fighting is a very interesting concept.
There came a time at one point where I'd like to say it was about 2 or 3 years ago. Not that long. But he was in one of his standard drunken fits. And I just came back to the temple. And I returned inside to find him thrashing about. And when I went to help him settle down and actually get him to bed after he had fallen on his ass, he told me about a certain dream or vision. He never specified which it was, but he told me about a certain thing that he saw. And what he saw was a samurai becoming a powerful shogun. And I suppose at the time when he told me about it, he had hoped that that dream was about me. If that dream was actually meant to come true or not, I have no clue. But it wasn't long after that we just returned to normal life until, I'd like to say, about a month or two ago, he randomly disappeared from this place. No, let's see, it'd be, what, about 5 months now, Joseph?
Yep, just about.
Where he randomly decided to leave. No words, no note, no anything. He just left. So, I donned my armor, I donned my swords, and figured that it was about time that I started on my way as well. Because before anything, I'd never left this mountaintop. And It wasn't too long after leaving this mountain that I made my way to a village where I met a rather drunk, or on the way to becoming a rather drunk, warrior that goes by the name of Kansuke. He is what people in this land would call a straw hat. He has the name because he wears straw hat. It's not all that complicated, but it's funny. The aspects of what a samurai is are we are considered those that would serve lords. We pledge ourselves to an order, and in doing so, we use the order to define ourselves. I was never pledged to an order. And because of that, I would be what they would have called a Ronin. Not particularly liked among many samurai that pledged themselves to a lord. I would have been considered lesser. As time went on, I found a different order. I'm still trying to understand it myself. That
is quite the tale.
is quite the tale.
And as you find yourself sort of regaling your adventures so far to Triss, when you mention taking up your armor, you sort of reflexively bring a hand to your chest to feel the well-worn metal armor that's in your possession. But you remember it's in your inventory now, as it is not able to be worn, as it is broken from the fight that you had.
Could I fix it, or would I have to get it magically mended?
You would have to do a craft armor check. If you don't have that, then you need to take it to a specialized smith who works with armor. Of course, it's also just as easy to take it to a caster who has a little bit of knowledge, because it's not just mending that fixes an item. You sort of have to understand how that item was originally made or somehow regressed it to its previous state.
Gotcha.
And to your understanding, there are supernatural effects that do that. The proof of which being Jim Pickens and his regressive healing ability. Not that you really understand it. Really, it was Jim doing as Jim does best and waving his hand and causing a problem to go away.
Or a problem to appear.
Which must be nice. As you have had to work for all of the strength that you have achieved in your life. Where it seems Jim not only was born into a position of privilege, but also seems to invariably be blessed by the gods, or have made a pact with a demon of some kind at the very least to get the kind of power that he wields.
Mm.
Though the differences between the two of you may start to become less and less significant as time goes on. Who's to say?
Do I still? I don't. One sec.
And Tensei and Triss, both of you would arrive at a temple perfectly cleaned.
You've kept this place very well cleaned.
Well, when you have students that come to you wanting to learn the way of the sword that happen to be better at cleaning than being actual warriors, you kind of just tell them to clean and they do it.
Mm. Do you want to become a teacher? Or are you still following that heavy shadow your father gave you?
It was never my idea to be able to actually teach anyone anything, but I suppose it was designated onto me by the gods that I will be a leader in some form or another. I guess if you have the voice to speak loudly enough, then you can turn even the quietest of hearts against something that they can find unjust.
Though I would love to tell you more about my story. There are a few things that I cannot tell you.
That's understandable.
No, I would love to try whatever this drink of sake.
Yes. I imagine that you, as a stranger in this foreign land, have never heard tales of a drink like this.
Nothing of where I'm from, no.
And Triss, it's intriguing to you because the word is unfamiliar. Yet you are able to communicate with Tensei pretty clearly.
So I can speak Japanese?
You're not necessarily sure how, but both of you can communicate on pretty even terms.
Are we at the temple now?
Yes. You're pretty much standing right outside.
I just walk up to the paper door and slide it open. Please, come inside.
And as you are invited in, it is quite dim in here, so Triss, you will effectively go blind due to your little visor.
Ah.
So you need to be able to pretty much need to take it off to be able to see in here.
Okay, I'll take the chance, but they're still gonna keep averting their gaze.
Fair enough. As long as you don't look in his general direction, though, you're fine.
Hmm.
But if you're like engaging him in conversation or looking at him in any way, there's a chance he'll catch it.
And
No.
upon Tensei walking into the shrine, he'd actually go around and light all of the light fixtures in the shrine.
I would say that would probably get it up to normal lighting.
As he would kind of swing his arm over a bit to the table that sits in the center of the room. Mind you, it's not a normal table. It is a Japanese table, so you sit on your knees in front of it. Please,
Dres would have no idea but to follow.
have a seat. I will go and get it from somewhere that is probably a lot more cooler than in my water skin. And Tensei would just kind of walk over to the side of the room in the shrine and pull up the floor panel that sits there as he would climb down the ladder into the cellar of the shrine.
Alrighty.
Such a very curiously designed place.
I mean, it was quite common for buildings in Japan to have cellars inside the house.
Yeah, but Trish has never seen anything like this.
Tensei, you will look for a container for one of the older, better aged barrels of sake. And unfortunately, you notice that due to you not having been in this place for a while and needing to stock up on some reserves for the sake fest, unfortunately your reserves are running quite low. You need to go into the way back part of the cellar in order to grab a older barrel that probably would have been made by your master himself.
Not even I have graced this far back into these halls.
And you pull a barrel away and you hear a light clinking noise on the ground.
I'd look at it.
You see a scroll case has fallen from a hidden portion of the wall that was revealed when you pulled the barrel away.
That's curious. I guess I'd move the barrel a bit more and then pick up the scroll case and look at the hidden portion of the wall.
There's nothing else in the wall, just that scroll case.
I'd open the scroll case.
And in doing so, you'd see a neatly rolled up sheet, a note left to you in familiar calligraphy.
I'd read it.
And you'd see written on it, let's see here, let me just check something right quick. Just to be sure, your family name is Aichiro.
Yes, the family name is Ichiro.
Alrighty. Just to make certain. And you would see written on this note, Tensei, you scamp. Keep your hands off my finest barrel.
Is that it?
That's what you'd see in the first page. Written in very clear and bold lettering. The second page you would read is written much smaller. There are many more characters to actually take up the page. Now, Tensei, if you didn't have the common sense to drop this note after reading the first page, that means one of two things. I am either in a drunken coma, or I am dead. Either way, you've managed to do it. You've reached the very last of our reserves.
does that mean, though?
It's not done yet. It's just the part that you've gotten through. In the case of the former, I'm going to need you to prepare some rice so the koji can do its work. In the case of the latter, however, there's something you should know. I'm sure you've figured out by now that I'm not a monk, nor am I a priest, nor am I any ordinary samurai.
Those were obvious.
You might be saying to yourself, well, that was obvious, but let me finish, you scamp. I come from a place of suffocating regimen. I had an opportunity earlier in life, and I didn't take it. If you listen to half the lessons that I gave you, then, well, you'll probably turn out to be just as good as I was when I was younger. And that doesn't bode well for you. Now that I'm gone, invariably, you will one day wander away from this temple and out into the wider Concordat. If you do, mention my name to absolutely no one. For if you do, if a samurai finds out that I'm alive, or was alive at some point, or that my teachings may be alive in you, one of two things will invariably happen. They will challenge you to a duel to test their skills, lose, and then send their entire family clan after you, or you will be roped into some terrible order or military scheme that I want you to avoid at all costs.
Would have been helpful to find this earlier.
And the final page will say, whatever you do, I trust that you are a wise enough man to make the right decision. Being here with you, training you, watching you grow into a fine warrior has been nothing short of the greatest achievement of my entire life. Keep your sword sharp. Keep your heart steady. And your mind clear of any doubt. Until next we meet. And that's all it says.
Tensei just kind of looks at this paper for a bit before flipping over the last page, as he'd pull out his own calligraphy set and he'd write on the back of it, "Sorry, Dad, but I'm drinking your barrel. But should you should you return here, or not, if I'm not around, because I don't believe you're dead, I'll try and leave an even better one than your finest for you. And I'd wait for that to dry before rolling all the parchment back up and sticking it back in the scroll case before putting it back in the hidden part of the wall. As I'd take the barrel, walking back over to the front of the cellar where there are varying sake dishes, as I'd grab 2 of them and take the barrel and the sake dishes back upstairs. And I'd set the barrel beside the table.
Right. And how does the rest of the night proceed between you two?
Trish would give Tensei 3 questions in order to figure out what their backstory is, and they will answer it as best as possible. As they drink sake.
Fucking alcohol. You get 3 questions.
three questions.
Why are you gay? Question number 1.
What?
I've got a question, Doctor. If you had a large dumple in front of you, would you eat it? Hell, I'd know I would. I'd ask for seconds. Tensei just kind of pulls out his calligraphy set and he'd set it in front of him as he cracks open this barrel, and he would admit, this is not mine, this barrel. We're in for a bit more of a rare treat, as this is something made by my master himself. Proclaimed his finest barrel.
Oh my. You didn't have to do that.
It is literally all that was left in the cellar.
Oh. Well, we're gonna put it to good use.
Don't worry, I will pretty much refill that entire cellar, so it's fine. And I'd fill both the dishes as I sit at the other end of the table.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. And Tensei sits down and picks up the dish, taking a sip from it. Oh, Joseph has muted himself. As he would pick up his brush, dip it in some ink, and he would look across the table in Triss's direction. 3 questions to write a story. I suppose my first question will cover a good basis. What events transpired from your... What events transpired from your piece of the world to have you end up in the predicament you did? Randomly finding yourself brought here when you have to admit don't seem like you should have anything to do with any of this.
Trish would go stone-faced, trying to recall what happened before. That is quite a good question. For not many people I have known, at least, have had good beginnings. I will say I was included in one of those. In that little sliver of the world. Didn't even know what the world was at that point. And then I went exploring when I shouldn't have. Places that I shouldn't have been. More than once. And the consequences have been following me ever since. I lost, I would say, my father in a similar way.
Killed by a giant godlike entity?
What? No. Me and him way back. Before. What got me here in the first place?
In a similar way to what?
Similar way as to he's no longer here anymore.
Gotcha. Okay. I wanted a bit more clarification on that. Because if you say similar way, all I assumed was a similar way to how you died.
For that, I cannot give anymore. That's question number 2. No, I won't do that.
I did not, because question number 2 is a doozy. As Tensei finishes writing, he just kind of looks across the table again. I have to ask, could you go back and change everything about what you are and who you are? Would you? Would you rewrite
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly?
Sad. But I wouldn't have it any other way. For there are no other outcomes besides what happened or what I am now. It's funny. But I can't tell you why.
And as Tensei would finish writing his second bit, he has but one final question for you. Alright, I have to know, would you have told him your actual name by now, like your full name?
No. It would just be Triss.
Just Triss?
Mm-hmm.
Triss. What if you had to leave something behind? Something for the world to remember you by? What piece of knowledge or something that you tie yourself into, what would you leave behind so that people may know as you? What do you hope to bring into the world with what you currently are?
But famous words that were once said that I've heard. And there's a long, long book. I think it was called Dream SMP.
Oh no!
For those who are kind to me, I will pay their kindness tenfold. And for those who have wronged me and want to kill me, I will repay every single blood that they shed 1,000 times over. And that's what I would want to leave behind.
That's very understandable. There was a time where I had given a piece to the world like that. A person that I considered a friend after they had helped us with a fight that we had no business walking away from successful. He came to me and asked me, what did I want to leave behind? How did I want my story to be written? He told me a poem about how, is there anything once created if is there anything once created that doesn't die? And to his poem, after continuing to talk with him for a little bit, I formed a rebuttal to that. And my answer to that poem was, what is born that doesn't die? The answer was hope. Hope may be lost for a time, or broken, or bent. But hope doesn't truly die. So long as one person has hope, it creates a spark into many others. Hope is something that can't be killed, for to kill hope is to kill everything. The kami that watch over us, the oni that seek to destroy us, the flowers, the trees, the people that exist in them, around them. To get rid of hope is to sunder the world.
You could write a book. Continue, sorry.
And then it sadly became that person that I considered my friend that asked asked me that poem, told me that poem. Came a time where he tried to write my future. He tried to grant me armies to fight him as the final battle, a demon among men. It's funny because a person that probably has always hoped the best for people, always thought that I'd be the one to go down fighting to save other people's lives. Not only found myself saved in that moment by a man that came from underground wielding an what even do I call that? An anti-material rifle? I don't
You
even
from
know.
underground?
From what I understand, he walked out of a rock. But I found myself being saved in that moment by a man wielding an anti-material rifle. And not only that, but you, a person that had no ties to me. Granted, I know you had ties to Mina and the bald one.
I am balding. I am not there yet.
You are bald. Your head is
I am
a.
not.
Jim just fucking comes out of the wall. I am bald. That's terrible.
The immersion. I was so into it. I was just listening, and then Jim just fucking appears.
Yeah,
What the hell?
Jim ruins everything.
No,
Fucking
not what I
beautiful.
meant.
Unlimited
That's
game-
such a Jim
Wait,
thing to do, to just appear.
unlimited games but no games, or unlimited bacon but no games.
But you, a person that had no ties to me, sacrificed themselves to save all of us. And that is something I will not take lightly, Triss. Should you find your path diverging from ours or mine at some point, know that should you need me, simply call on me, and I will be there to help you. That was a debt that I probably will not find myself repaying in this lifetime, but know that you have an ally in Tensei Ichiro, the man that has probably cheated death the most on this continent.
And as your exchange goes on, it doesn't seem to be. Really, this isn't something that you can perceive, Tensei. But the phrase cheating death seems to hang in the air for a bit. The words almost feel like they wrap around your throat for a moment, Triss, before they relinquish you, as a reminder that you are only here off of freakish chance and nothing more. But the night winds on, and two of you discuss whatever it actually is, a hideous monster such as Triss and a completely normal warrior such as Tensei discuss. Small things. Perhaps questions about your new form, Triss, or some of the daily chores that are dealt with around the temple. And the small talk continues until the evening winds down, and you are delighted to discover, Triss, that even as a monstrous humanoid, you can still get drunk.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
one joy in life that has not been taken from you. And this sake, Tensei clearly wasn't lying. You've never had it before, but it's good stuff. It's a bit dry. You could tell it must be pretty old. Not quite like a vintage wine that you've ever had before, but granted, the only really expensive wine that you've ever partaken in was stolen. As your father never let you drink in your youth, you had to procure your ports in less savory ways.
Mm.
This is better than any backwater port you've managed to get your hands on. Better than any beer and any ale. You didn't think alcohol could even taste like this. It is a bit dry, and it's almost a bit... You catch a hidden tang. Almost sour, almost sweet. The flavor is deep and it's complex and almost makes you forget that you're actually drinking alcohol.
There's some good shit.
Oh damn!
This is some good shit.
And Triss, would you end up sleeping at the temple? Or would you have other ideas? So would you like try
I
finding an inn or something?
I would guess that they would sleep at the temple because there's not a lot of other places that they can go,
And luckily
and I
for
feel like they
you,
would. Yeah.
luckily for you, Tensei does have a spare mat to sleep on.
Okay, now is it in the same room or?
I mean, you can. Presumably, Tensei would be able to show you like a place that you can set up at your leisure. There are
Yeah.
separate rooms in the temple, so. So the evening would wind down to night, and the night would wind on until almost the witching hour. And both of you satisfiably drunk and quite tired after having had quite the long and arduous day.
Hmm.
Both of you would rest as you feel the weight of your injuries from the previous fights finally catch up with you. Triss, you feel a strange phantom sensation as you lie on the ground and realize that your wings aren't quite once as they were. They are much larger than they were before, so they take up much more space.
Hmm.
Difficult to next to impossible to conceal. You can wear them like a cloak, but resting is a different matter altogether. Though sleep does eventually find you. But before morning comes, you will wish that it hadn't. So I'm going to need to take you into secrets.
Okay.
You are being kidnapped.
Yay.
You know what, actually? Etsuko, are you recording? I'm kidnapping you as well. You get to see this just because we need someone to record it.
Oh no! We need someone to record it. What do you
We need to
mean?
record it.
Oh no!
Don't worry about it.
I'm concerned.
Don't worry about it.
Concerned. My camera won't work.
Don't worry about it. We're just gonna need to play some music here. Something a little, a little silly.
A little silly.
As Triss, your eyes will close as sleep finally finds you.
Hmm.
And an aspect of your nature that has remained nascent until this point will reveal itself to you. As you are a creature intrinsically bound to fate and destiny. Though you may wander the present in your waking hours, when you sleep, what has yet to come will find you. and you sit up in the same room that you were in before. But you feel cold. Breath puffs out of your mouth as you can see in the darkness a large cloud of your own air puffs out in front of you, as it is suffocatingly cold in here. Reflexively, you stand to your feet and you look around, each step you take feeling as if it were on ice. Paper door, leaving your room closed, will be cracked open for so slightly as you feel a draft coming in from outside.
Chris will continue outside very cautiously.
You slowly slide the door open, and you are almost blinded by light as you see the temple you were in but moments before, with its roof caved in and its foundation raised. As you look up and see a full, uncaring moon spilling its light into the carcass of the temple. But perhaps more noticeably, you feel an arctic chill as snow drifts from the sky and creates a light layer on the tatami that once made a home.
Okay. Can Chris do a perception check to figure out what the fuck's going on?
Sure, you can roll.
Oh. Do you see the roll? I did the private GM one. Oh, you're
Yes,
muted.
I can see.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just testing something out really quick.
I want it. Can you see my camera? Okay. It doesn't show it on my phone. Which is great, because I can't see my reaction. Do you see the pure terror? Oh no. The music doesn't help either. Yep. You're right. Very good movie. Didn't they do a remake of it? I thought.
Oh yeah, they've done a couple of remakes of War of the Worlds. Anyway,
Oh, another one with Ted Cruz.
You will hear nothing save the occasional creak as the bones of the temple flex in the cold wind.
So was Triss in the temple? Or are they like walking out of the temple, or is it like a different temple?
You're walking out of your room and you're in the destroyed remains of Tensei's temple. and seem to
God.
fall in his winter.
Trish would probably go looking for Tensei, trying to figure out what is going on, because I don't think that they would know that it's a dream.
And as you search for Tensei, do you call for him?
Yes.
And you would do so. And you'd hear
Oh,
Tensei
no.
respond outside. You would hear what seemed to be the sounds of Tensei in a fight, perhaps a little bit of pain. You would hear him say, "Right here, I've got this beast cornered. Come, help me."
They would follow.
And you would go outside, and in the immediate surroundings, you see Tensei nowhere. And you would hear him. You would hear him, though, deeper into the woods on the top of his mountain. The sounds of his grappling hook whirring through the air and striking, making contact with flesh. It just seems he's fighting something deeper in the woods.
Trish would follow, but they would stealth. Meaning, like, they don't want their presence known just yet, for they're cautious that this might not be Tensei.
Mm-hmm. And you'd stealth and move forward. But the slower you move, the farther away it seems Tensei gets.
Okay. They would fly instead
Alrighty.
to find him.
And in attempting to stretch your wings out, you need to get blood circulating through them in order for them to work. And your blood, it seems, is almost frozen in the most extreme parts of your body. This doesn't mean that you can't fly, it just means that your maneuverability is going to be reduced.
Okay.
And you take the impossibly cold night sky, following closer and closer, faster than what humans can do on foot, as you glide above the treetops. And eventually, you see it, clearing, you smell it, fresh spilt blood warming up the snow.
Damn it! Okay, continue.
And you land, still remaining hidden, as you see what is very evidently not Tensei. You see a massive creature with a skull like an elk, with large, monstrous claws, and a body like that of a withered and emaciated corpse.
No!
Its legs are burned to their ankles and stumps that trail with magical ice, as this creature feasts on the carcass of a recently slain warrior. You reflexively think to yourself that you are lucky that the creature's snout is buried in Tensei's entrails. It won't be able to smell you that way. As the creature voraciously feasts on Tensei's body, continues to eat before freezing in place. It stands up to its full height, as it almost towers above some of the smaller trees, standing at a full 15 feet. It looks to the sky, fresh blood steaming and dripping from its open almost undead-looking jaw. As its mouth will flicker and flutter open, almost a chittering noise as you hear Tensei's voice sound from its throat.
No.
As you reflexively then tell that this creature is trying to lure you here using the slain warrior's voice.
Oh. Lord.
And more than that, the creature throws its head back and will howl.
Oh. I do and I don't want to fight this fucking thing.
Just to give you an idea, Etsuko, this is what it sounds like.
The song?
No, that were you able to hear the creature?
No.
Yeah.
My headphones are in the phone. So if you did on like the Foundry or something.
Oh. Well, Etsuko, were you able to hear it?
What do you mean? It's a fun sound.
You're able to look back on it on the recording actually if you want. Alright.
Yes, please.
And as this creature throws its head back and screeches into the sky, a noise entirely inhuman, you flinch. And in flinching, twig you're standing on will snap.
No. I'm gonna use Expeditious Retreat to get the fuck out. Not sticking around.
And the creature's
Sorry.
gaze will immediately snap towards you. As you hear Tensei's voice call out your name in particular. As the creature seems to know you. And then, as you take off from your hiding position, you can feel its gaze upon you. As it then takes off into the sky.
What? Huh?
Because this creature can fly.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? Huh? Hold on, it's loading. My phone is ass. I can't see it if you sent like a photo or something.
Well, I don't need to send a photo. I think you know exactly what this creature is.
Yes, I do.
Can you hear the music?
I do. Yes. The bot isn't here, but I can hear it. Oh. Oh no. Okay, what can I do?
Well, you are a monster yourself. So your chances against this creature aren't exactly low. But they aren't very high either. If it caught you, if it brought you out of the sky, the fight could very well turn ugly.
Triss would do their best to keep flying in any direction away from it.
You'd fly away from it and it would chase after you as it seemingly sprints through the air. It's getting closer.
STG mod running. Sorry.
Seems to be getting closer.
I would like to cast web at it.
Web would not work in the air. You need a point to anchor it down onto.
Ah, you're right. Okay. Okay.
You
I
can't
have-
just lean on the man midair.
Goddamn. Okay. I'm gonna cast in greater invisibility.
And that will help you to vanish from view, and you're able to make a stealth check that will conceal you from this creature. But greater invisibility only lasts a number of rounds per level, and it can track you by scent, so it gives you 3 chances to hide, essentially. And all you can truly recall is crashing into a hollow log as the only real source of cover you can manage to get. And the creature sniffing around the area and eventually being able to find you, but it seems to gain some sick form of entertainment as it slowly approaches the hollowed out log and will rake its claws along the side lightly. As you hear not only Tensei's voice, but Mina's voice.
Oh my lord.
Eventually,
Oh.
Etsuko's voice too. Familiar compatriots of yours, friends even, all claimed and consumed by this monster. And in a horrifying display, its hand will reach through an open part of the log as it will lay its claws around your throat.
No!
And it will whisper in a combination of all their voices, "Found you, little moth." And the last thing you will see before you wake up is its open maw as it will bite your face off.
Oh!
The sickening crunch, at least the pain is over quickly. Anyway, we can go back to the general.
Hello, Trevor.
Hello. Hello.
You son of a bitch!
Hello.
What? What did I do? I'm not aware that I did anything, but okay. What did I do?
Who really knows? Oh my god. So bad, Torn had to take a break.
Does Twist also have voices in their head? Like Jim?
Nah.
I don't know what I did.
Oh. Alright.
Alright.
I didn't mean.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
Don't
immerse
worry, don't
my
worry, don't worry. It was all just a dream. It was all just a dream.
I don't know. They take that type of stuff personally. I would know.
One's just a
But
lot
yeah, but-
friendlier than the other.
Yeah. And the other one's Jim.
One's disappointed in their attached person's actions.
I see everyone's back.
So sad I'll never actually get to see the recording.
Oh, you will. Hold on.
Alright, Delaney, my drone's coming along nicely.
Good.
Think
Which
you're
drawing is
quite
this?
Huh?
Is this the
Oh.
one you were talking about earlier in the
Yes.
chat?
Yes.
All right. We are going to take a quick 5-minute break after that. Just because I need to go grab another cup of coffee. So feel free to yap amongst yourselves.
Oh, this sound scares me every time!
I'm scared. Cool. Also, Delaney, you should play Warframe. You should play Warframe with us at some point.
I love Xbox, man. It's pretty much completely backwards compatible.
Is it crossplay?
Oh,
Yes.
It's cross-play,
Oh.
cross-progress.
I think I have it on my PS5.
That's what I'm playing it on. I was able to transfer all the stuff from my PC account over to my PlayStation account. It merged it. It's pretty poggers.
Pretty poggers.
Delaney can play it with us and get mad as I sit there and kill everything with a giant stick.
I wouldn't say you kill everything, brother, but you're pretty good on defense missions. That's kind of the nice thing about Warframe, in my opinion, is that now, unless you play Steel Path, it's really hard to be bad at Warframe. Like you're meant to sort of be overpowered compared to everything else.
I don't have anything like y'all do massive chunks of damage because I haven't progressed that far in any of the story. But
Well, I don't really have anything that does massive chunks of damage either.
Trevor's
Yeah,
over here min-maxing his characters.
that's because Trevor's also played for like 5 years or something. So just about. Come on, Trevor. What do I have to give you for an Ignis Wraith, brother? I could literally give you platinum. No, I'm just. Oh fuck, that's right. You can't give me weapons out of your inventory. Shit. Oh yeah, I completed the second dream quest, by the way, Trevor. It. I, I can't believe I was missing out on that. That's an old quest too. That was a banger. Especially like the carrying part. I think you know what part I'm talking about. That I love that shit. Soundtrack is a banger too. Meh. I really want to get the fucking the hoverboard. You can do Tony
The
Hawk
K
fucking
drive?
pro. You can do Tony Hawk pro skater tricks with it.
I have a K drive.
I mean, yeah, everyone has a K drive, but I mean, I want a better K drive. I know, isn't it what Yareli? She just has one. It's part of her abilities. Who do you think Delaney would want to play out of all
Dante.
53 Warframes?
Dante. Delaney wants to play Dante just because it's named Dante.
I don't even know what Dante does.
No, I only like Dantes that have white hair.
I mean, it kind of has white hair.
We can swap through some of the different Warframes. See if there's one Delaney would like. Well, I really guess that kind of just depends on.
I'm going to pause my recording. Is it
Sure.
actually paused? It is paused. Paused at 3 hours. Cool. I can just do
Damn.
that.
Wonder who Delaney would like. Maybe Delaney would like Dante. Nah, bro, straight like a triangle. Why does he look like that? Why is he triangular? No,
Why
I
are
know.
you
I know
blue?
Delaney wants to play a female frame. It's not even a question.
Why are
Delaney wants
you
to play a
blue?
female frame.
Joseph, did you know that Apex is doing a thing where we're returning to original Apex?
Okay.
They're
Oh, so they're
putting
copying
all
Fortnite.
they're putting all the legends back as they were when the game originally launched.
Okay, so what? Like half of them being useless except for Wraith?
It's not true. A lot of them are useful. Just depends on how you use them.
Caustic was dog shit day one, Waylon. You know that as well as I do.
Go trap people in the bunker.
It did 1 damage a tick.
They might have some interesting spins on what they're doing to it. I don't know because I haven't played it.
Maybe Delaney would like Ember.
I'm
God
hopeful.
damn, she's thick! What the fuck? No, this is like beyond. This is beyond normal thick. What the fuck?
Damn.
I don't know, man. Ember's like fucking rectangular, bro.
Would you like me to show you the Warframe, Selene?
I'll look in a little bit. I'm doing something right now.
Okay.
God damn. I'm not sure who Delaney would like. Guess we'll have to see if she just likes the game first before anything else.
Aren't if you're gonna play the new Dragon Age?
No.
I don't have it. I might at some point, but I don't have it currently.
Yeah, I can't get it until I get my Series X because you can't play it on the Xbox One. But I'm probably gonna get it. People have been hating it because it's woke, so obviously it's gonna be good.
Every friend character in the game is polyamorous.
Hell yeah. Also, I've seen some clips of like the hair physics and shit, and that shit looks good.
Gyre is a noticeably tall warframe. Old ones
Yeah,
are easiest to
I
craft.
I don't know if I'm gonna play the old ones. I'm just gonna hop right in.
Inquisition's fun.
Inquisition is one that I can get on my Xbox One. I saw that earlier. I saw the Inquisition earlier in the used game store. So, Joseph, are you still gonna come up here at some point in the next couple weekends?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay. Bring Raymond with you. I've been meaning to take him